Warning, the views and opinions expressed by the hosts of Twisted Views do not necessarily reflect those of WeBeam TV, Area 52 Media Group, or Tampa Bay Multimedia. Simply put, these guys can be jerks sometimes. Hey everybody, I'm Superbeard Vince Hoover. Over here is Cytokins Dylan Gaston, and hey, Boss Tech John Gaston is
Dude,
back.
it's raining again.
It is,
Late
yes.
to the show as always.
I'm not late. I'm not late.
Yeah, let's talk about the rain and Tropical Storm Bert.
Guess what?
You mean how people overreact when spaghetti graphs are like, guys,
So,
98.
I'm Boss Tech,
We just went over that.
We went over that.
and he's Dylan Cytokins, and he's Superbeard.
And
And
Boss
guess
Tech
what?
is playing video games on his phone.
Come on. Actually, you can go and you can email us at tv at webeamtv.com, man.
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that up there.
Phone.
Yeah,
Because everybody knows who we are. So let's leave that up there because I want people to email us.
you do?
I do. I want people to email us.
You're not scared?
No, I
You're
want to
scared
hear.
of
I
what
want to
they
hear the
say?
bad stuff.
The bad stuff?
I think that's the most fun.
Can I
then
put
we-
my headphones on?
You can. Then we can
Do I
actually
look
like.
cooler?
I want people to email us and try to bash us because 100% of the time they will have improper grammar, and it's going to be awesome.
Okay.
I'm going to make fun of you and not be able to spell. The
I want to go. So,
Oh, you
we got some good topics.
GarageBand, and then, kind of just make that work because that's all you really
Does
need.
anybody out there know how to use GarageBand?
If you don't, you're an idiot. That's like the easiest program ever.
I know.
That's why we have so many DJs out there today
Really?
that press one button on their laptop and walk away.
So you're telling me?
All right, that's I've never understood that. Is going to a concert, like a big EDM concert. I'm like, hey, yeah, that's fine. And the DJs are like, they hit a button. They're like, yeah, we're mixing. I'm like, didn't you mix this in the studio like a year and a half ago, then release as an album? Why are you remixing it on stage? Doesn't make any sense.
They're not remixing it. They hit one button and they do this.
Like, I understand, like, if if you're switching the tracks as you're going, that's fine. But
No,
I mean,
real DJs are the guys with the two turntables and they actually scratch and mix and play records and blend things together, and it's not the same thing over. Like, you couldn't go to a concert. I'm sorry, I forgot that he doesn't understand music. As a DJ, all that stuff is just way over his head, but it's right. Electronic music back in the day,
Over whose head?
yours.
was dial-up?
Dude,
Yes.
dude, I was DJing when I was before you were born.
Playing the Bee Gees at a wedding doesn't count.
It was ABBA.
Oh, okay. Well, then that counts.
My
That always
dancing
counts.
queen.
And also, like, seriously though, these DJs today, it's just like, I'm not saying they're not talented because they do go in the studio and they put together these songs and whatnot, but then
No, they have to have a sense of rhythm and a sense of beat,
Yeah.
and it's of what sounds nice. There's a lot of them that don't sound nice at all. For example, there's a lot of SoundCloud artists out there
Yeah.
that kind of just like,
Yeah.
you guys need to stop.
But
Stop what you're doing right now and get a real job.
90% of these DJs though, you go to their
practice.
concert. Say you go to their
Learn.
concert in Tampa.
Since when do DJs have concerts?
All right, so
Now,
let's
see,
real
now,
DJs could, like back in the day, the guys that scratch and do
I'll say
whatnot.
there's a lot of people who scratch and like remix live on stage, and that's
So
that I
it's
understand.
completely unique.
No,
but
that's when you go to nightclubs and you had a badass DJ in the booth and he was scratching and he was mixing and it was good and they controlled the beat with the rhythm because there's that 124 and they get you kind of
Yeah.
then the one the death metal, what is your 186 and then you get the slow stuff like
Well, exactly. That's
Zac Efron did a movie and he was talking about that in the little clip he did.
and
how to
that's kind of
control.
what that's kind of
Oh,
what they
that
do
movie
now.
was terrible.
I know, but that's the
it
only
was.
clip out of him going, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good analogy of how the DJ. But those guys were good. I would never, even if it was the two guys in the
Like Daft Punk.
Yeah. I still wouldn't pay to go just see them.
Well, even like them, Stephen Aoki, and all these guys that are out now. Like, if you go to a concert in Tampa, and then decide, you know what, I like that. That was fun. I'm gonna go to the concert in Orlando. It's the same exact show with zero change. There's no give or take with these guys. Now, I'm not saying that all of them are like that. Like Stephen Aoki does this whole thing with cake, where he throws cake in the crowd. He'll surf the crowd and stuff. He does try to make it more fun. I'll give him that. But a lot of these guys...
Cake isn't the band cake.
No, I wish. I love cake. The band
He's
cake is
going the
amazing.
distance.
Although that would be really hard to throw the band because that dude's like
He's
6'4".
going the-
And Stephen Aoki's like 5'6". So it would be awful. It would be weird. But I love cake.
She's all alone. All alone.
All alone in a time
copyright
of need.
Oh my God, you did that way too, and that was just like wow.
Don't worry and get
I
bashed
mean,
for
I'm just
copyright
saying,
now.
like,
Give it
like
time.
a Metallica concert, which actually I just noticed there's an article right now that their concert in Chicago last night apparently was awful.
Metallica.
Ouch. Feels bad,
Wrote
man.
boring Metallica a shadow of itself at Soldier Field. Now,
Ooh.
let me say this: my uncle in Texas showed pictures of AT&T Stadium from a few nights ago, and said he's followed this band since day one, which he has. He said they were better that night than he has ever seen them.
Really?
So I find it weird that two
So
nights
it's-
later, you got the entertainment critic of the Chicago Tribune bashing Metallica, probably because they wouldn't give him an interview.
Ooh.
Mm.
I will gladly have the Chicago Tribune entertainment critic here for a debate.
Why not?
Let's
Why
do
not?
it.
Exactly.
I'm all for it. That's TVTV at WeBeamTV.com,
Bring it on.
and go ahead and call me out if you
And
like seriously though.
go. Is that what is that? I hate when the people do on Facebook, blah 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 blah, and go.
Yeah,
I ignore you.
yeah,
I'm just saying. That's the first thing I do is I ignore you.
yeah. It's just, you know what's funny? The
And
Chicago
go.
Sun Times. Okay, so the Chicago Tribune is the one that's saying Metallica's a shadow of themselves. The Chicago Sun Times, it gave Metallica delivers a Super Bowl level show at Soldier Field. Okay, so here's two articles from the same
Well,
concert.
that's really, really opposite. That's either.
By the
end
way,
of the
Metallica
spectrum.
did an interview with Chicago Sun Times. They did not do one with the Chicago Tribune entertainment writer.
Bring
I'm
up
just saying.
possibilities.
What's the average age of the members of Metallica?
They're mid-50s, I believe.
Okay, I don't care who you are. Eventually, you're gonna slow down just a little bit.
Unless you're on as many drugs as Keith Richards.
Well, that dude's gonna live forever. You know that, right?
I'm sure he was around during the Egyptian times.
I'm pretty sure he was too. He made a great pirate.
He's the original Mummy.
Remember him
Yeah.
in the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Paul McCartney's in a new one. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah, apparently that movie's already shut down now. Nobody cares. But,
Wow. Brutal.
Oh, that's mean.
well, I mean, they kind
I
of.
didn't see it. I didn't have a chance to see it.
Because it's already out of the theaters.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's already out of the theaters. I think it's in like
funny,
a couple.
Like the few people that I've seen my Facebook posting about it, are like, oh, it was really, really good actually. Like we really enjoyed it.
There's just too much gap and not enough build up between movies.
I saw Metallica in concert 30 years ago.
I'm trying to see them
Yeah, July 5th.
July 5th,
We're working
Where?
on it.
as in 15 days.
In
Orlando.
Camping
World Stadium.
Camping World Stadium in Orlando.
Oh,
July
that's gonna be
5th.
kind of cool.
Working on it. I went to go see them in Atlanta. I drove all the way up there with my friend Carl. It was 2001. We drove all the way up there.
Just for it.
We went up there, got to Metallica, got to the concert. It was the Summer Sanitarium tour. Power Man 5000, System of a Down, Korn, Kid Rock, and Metallica. Metallica didn't play. James Hetfield got injured in a jet ski accident the night before. Now they didn't tell
lucky.
anybody until the very end of the show, where they even set up the stage because they were like last minute, like
Maybe he'll show
he's gonna try, and then finally he's just like, nope, he can't stand. He'd hurt his lower, his L, he'd like ruptured an L5 disc or something, and so they were supposed to make it up with a free concert 6 months later.
I feel weird not looking at the camera.
I know it's weird,
Bye,
but
everybody.
It's conversation, so we're looking at each other.
yeah, and don't forget we're also gonna put these in podcast form for everybody to listen to and
That's
watch on
true.
iTunes and stuff. So
It won't really matter where we're looking.
yeah, it's not gonna matter where we're looking. If you're driving in your
But
car,
on the
listen to us.
downside, they don't get images
That's true.
or anything for that matter.
So let's talk about some topics that's happened over the weekend and stuff. What do you think about the mistrial?
Oh, the Bill Cosby mistrial. Yeah.
What's your,
It's gonna
what's
be
your opinion
retried.
on that? Because I got my own opinion, and I know this is twisted view. So
Let's go for it.
let me start first. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
'cause
here's the deal.
I'm interested.
So, do I condone what he did? No. Do I think that there's a whole other side of this? Absolutely. Because here's what I think. I think all these girls, right, wanted to become famous. So, what do? You hang around famous people. You hang around people that... I'm not trying to be crude. You know, you're going down on. That's just the way it is. That's how you get there. It's not what you know. It's who you know. It's not how good
It's not
you
what
are.
you know, it's who you blow.
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't going to go that way, but okay, now that you said
I'm
it.
just saying.
So what happens is these girls didn't make it, and they thought they would just because they were hanging out with him or any other. And this is not just him. This has happened to others. And I think in my personal opinion, I think that there's more out there than we'll ever know with a whole bunch of other stars.
Oh, yeah.
But those other stars have got deeper pockets. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby, love him to death, but he faded away. You know, and it wasn't until the resurgence of potentially what? He was getting ready to do another
Comedy special.
comedy special. All of a sudden, well, okay, now he's back in the limelight, and all these people are like, well, you know, I didn't get mine. I'm gonna get mine. I didn't get mine.
Yeah.
And you know, so what happens is they bring up the old crap and they run the man through the mud.
Well, here's my take on the whole thing. One, again, not condoning what he did if he did it, and I'm honestly not doubting he did.
And that's I need to put in real quick. That is the big point, is the if, because as of this by CNBC,
yeah, it's a mistrial because it's a hung jury because they weren't sure.
Nope.
They couldn't determine. But here's the thing. Here's my
could
issue
not
with this whole
reach a
situation.
unanimous verdict.
Do you know how this came about?
Yeah, he was sleeping with girls, and they
Yeah,
were taking
like-
drugs because they didn't want to sleep with him sober. I get it.
No, how the story started. How all of a sudden these women came out of the limelight 30 years later.
No, I have no idea.
Hannibal Buress, the comic, had heard these rumors and decided to use it as a way to boost him into the limelight and skyrocket his career. His entire career is based on bashing Bill Cosby.
Wow.
Hannibal Buress is a piece of crap. He's a terrible comic.
Careful, he might come after you.
I don't care. I would love for him to come after me because it'll boost my career.
TVT at
Yep.
WeBeamTV.com.
Right there.
Ask for Super Beard.
There. I will gladly take on Hannibal Buress. The guy's an idiot. Like, he's not funny, but he got a job on the Amy Schumer show because of it.
She's not funny either.
I think she's funny, but I think
Nah,
she
she's not
tries
funny.
too hard to go too far.
Yeah, she's just not funny.
If you see some of her earlier stuff, she's actually really, really funny. But she just tries too hard. And then there's this whole thing about stealing jokes, because there's a lot of jokes on her show that apparently other comedians had done. But
yeah, she's not funny.
But that's not her. That's the writing team on a show. That's completely different.
No. Let me explain something to you. Lucy, we got a problem. The bottom line is I don't care if you have someone writing for you, you are in charge. If you don't want to say the joke, you can say, no, not saying that. But because she's a big piece of crap, she won't.
No, it's not that. What it was Joe Rogan explained it very well. Because Joe Rogan is a big advocate against people stealing jokes.
Yeah.
To the point where he jumped on stage with Carlos Mencia and put him on his place twice. Also went after Dane Cook and all those guys. Joe Rogan actually defended her in the sense that she's never been caught stealing jokes in her stand-up. The writers think she may have never heard the joke before. It was brought to her, oh, okay, that's funny, let's do it. Not knowing it was stolen, where this writer's like, I'm watching guys do it. Because all the jokes that were supposedly stolen were not stolen from actual big-name comics. They were stolen out of comedy clubs and stuff. So basically the writers were going and watching comedy shows, taking the bits, and then instead of doing their job and trying to come up with something funny on their own, they were taking the bits and then bringing them to her going, hey, look at this bit I wrote. And she's going, oh, okay, yeah, that's really funny, let's do it. So it was kind of one of those things, because 0% of her stand-up, except for maybe like there was a whole thing about all these different sex positions, like the Cleveland Steamer and all that stuff, those weird stuff. 90% of all comics and stand-up have done that over the last 20 years. So that one, they kind of like, okay, she didn't really steal that, it's just everybody does it. But like Dane Cook got caught stealing, and actually admitted to it, from Louis C.K. And actually him and Louis C.K. have actually worked it out and are now good. Now Dane Cook is nowhere to be found, and Louis C.K. is one of the biggest stand-up comics, period.
Right. I still don't think I think she sucks.
I don't think she's funny now.
I go as
think
far
she's
as
she's
if
already
I
way
see her
jumped the
on
shark.
TV, I skip the channel. Matter of fact, I skipped the channel after her because I think it's tainted because she was on the channel before her. That's how much I don't like her.
I don't have a big issue with her. I thought Trainwreck was a hilarious movie, but then again, John Cena stole the movie in that. He was hilarious
With his big penis.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
I know the
that
scene.
whole scene with the.
What are you gonna do with that?
The whole scene. No, that's not John Cena. That was the guy in the beginning of the movie. I don't remember who that was, but he does that whole scene in the movie theater where it's like he's yelling at the guy, like threatening him, but he's threatening him in a really gay way. It's really, really funny.
Yeah.
He's like, you and me are gonna get married, and we're gonna adopt 2 Asian kids, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave you.
I
And
don't
what are
know.
you gonna do then? It's like, that's not how you threaten somebody.
Yeah, I still don't. Yep. Nope.
So I don't have
to
somebody.
be, to be completely honest with you,
But we left. Well, we got off on this. But
Oh,
back
yeah,
to Bill Cosby.
Yeah, like I said, that whole thing started with Hannibal Buress and how he made his career by trying to demolish the legacy of Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Now, did he do it? Probably. A lot of people have come forward, but at the same time, how do you prove something from 30 years ago when there's never been a single allegation within that 30 years?
If you
Bill Clinton had women come out of the limelight when all that Monica Lewinsky
well,
stuff
so did
started.
Trump.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Bill Clinton had already had issues with sexual allegations prior. So nobody was
That
shocked.
still doesn't prove he did it.
I'm not saying that, but it was one of those
No,
things
but
like
it absolutely
you could
does.
accept it easier.
I would say
Bill
repeat
Cosby
offender is a common thing.
That's a wholesome American guy who never cursed on stage once, to the point where Eddie Murphy got that huge joke in Raw about
Bill Cosby cursed on stage.
No, he's never. Well,
Oh,
you look. Nope.
you better
He
go
never
check those
cursed-
facts.
not a
You
single
better
one of
check-
his specials.
You better fact check that.
I will absolutely fact check that. Bill Cosby was a clean comic to the point where he called Eddie Murphy saying you can't curse on stage.
Fact check that. I think he said a couple
Yeah.
little bad words. I'm not saying he gets
Damn
raw.
in hell, I don't count.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
still-
count
that's
damn in
still
hell
curse
because
word.
that's considered a clean comic. But somebody who's never used the F word, he never used words that couldn't be used on regular TV.
But the bottom line
Like the
is
7 words that George Carlin
these
did.
girls, look, whether he had sex with these girls or not, they were there for one reason. They were trying to get famous off of him.
And they all admitted it.
Well, you know what? Look, then you made your bed. Lie in it. It sucks. You obviously didn't have enough talent
Well,
to
they
make
did
it.
lie in it thanks to roofies, but
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they
no,
said to
in all honesty,
themselves,
I mean, like,
it's probably one of those. Hey, look, I can't do this sober. Seriously, if I'm gonna get done, and I don't want to remember it, but I am trying to get famous.
but how old is Bill Cosby now?
He's in 70s, 80s.
Probably close to 80, 81. He's legally blind.
He is 79.
79, legally blind. I mean, just completely, almost.
This is just
Incompetent.
mean.
It's
This is just women that regret the decision that they made to try to do what they're going to do. To go, you know what? I'm getting mine, and that's exactly all it
It's-
is.
none
It's
of
a
these
get
wo-
mine. It's a get mine situation.
All the women in the accusations were trying to be actresses, and none of them became actresses.
No.
None of them.
So
Of course, there's rumor. They've given out names of actresses who went on to be famous.
you don't see them
But
barking
none
up
of
the
them,
tree.
like, they won't come out and say like, nope.
Nope, because they made it because of, and this is not just a male female thing. This can go both ways. Because I guarantee you, there's guys out there that have slept with the famous women to try to get noticed by directors and stuff like that, or to get bit parts to get famous too. So this is not just a woman thing.
Yeah,
This is both sides of the fence here, both sides. So, well, that being said, okay. So we're kind of actually we didn't twist that. We all kind of agreed. This is
Yeah,
just.
it wasn't much of a debate because the thing is, the act itself is awful. It's if he actually did it, then yes, he's a terrible human being for doing so. But the fact that we don't have any proof in either which way, and then a trial came down to the fact that they could not make a verdict. They could not reach a unanimous verdict. Shows
It
me
was split 50-50.
that there's no.
It was
there's no
hopeless. They
selling.
said hopeless. Can't do it.
Because
So
you're trying to charge something that happened 30 years ago. Okay, well, it's like, all right, let's try and go pull back evidence. And that's a pain in
Well,
the
there's
ass.
no way to do it.
there's absolutely
It's out.
zero way.
It
There's zero
can't
way.
happen.
If you had come forth at that time, granted the times being
Yeah.
different than they are now.
If it was such a big deal now, why didn't you go to the
because
hospital?
back then
the
it
next-
wasn't a big deal. Back then, it absolutely was not a big deal, and I will defend that one. That one I understand. A woman coming out against someone like that back in his prime, back in his time with the money he had, she would have just been paid off to be quiet.
I don't know.
Okay.
If that girl would have went to the hospital and said, I was raped by Bill Cosby, he drugged me, it would have been a very big deal because it would have been back then it would have been
Oh,
worse
every
than
lawyer-
now.
every lawyer would have jumped
because
all over
back
that.
then it'd have a bigger tarnish on him
Yeah.
because he was in the heyday of his career.
Yeah,
So no, I disagree with
I
you.
don't
any
think it
lawyer
would.
would have jumped all over that.
You
in a
betcha
heartbeat.
they
They'd
would
been-
have.
As soon as the name Bill Cosby came out in the hospital, they're
I mean, it's not like he was a Kennedy and had him killed.
all those wiretaps. The lawyers have been like, "What?" You
Yeah.
know, they'd have been at her bed before the doctor was. They'd have been there going,
Yeah.
"We'll take care of it." You know, so
Let's talk about Cuba and Trump.
yeah, I've heard that changed it.
He's reversed a lot of the Obamacare, or the Obama trade, or what are what can we call that? Let's call that. Let's make something Obama Cuba. He turned it.
What did he?
He's put the embargoes back, the travel bans back.
Truba.
Hashtag Truba.
Truba.
Hold on, let me make this one. Hashtag Truba. So that would be.
Oh man. CNN politics.
Hashtag-
Hold on, I'm going to find an unbiased.
Truba.
It won't be CNN.
We'll be CNN. We'll be Fox. No, I
hashtag
want-
Truba. Can you read that? Hashtag Truba. So here's the thing.
You know what? You know where I can find all this?
Twitter.
WhiteHouse.gov.
Oh yeah, that won't be slated at all.
It's better than Fox and CNN. At least I can read everything that's in the article. Or
That is true.
Everything that's in
Hey,
the
you
thing.
leave Fox alone. That's where I get my news from.
Okay,
So
you're done
anyway,
talking the right way.
so anyway, my thing is remember I have a theory. The reason why Obama opened up Cuba. I think I told you this. Okay, so all these famous people started dying. Elvis died. Supposedly John F. Kennedy was shot. Marilyn Monroe got killed.
Well, there's no denying that John F. Kennedy was shot.
No, I think his body double was shot. And here, follow me on this. He was getting ready to get in trouble. He was in a world of crap for espionage
Well, yeah.
to
The
Russia.
the Bay of Pigs, and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal. So what a better way to do than go hide in Cuba, and all of a sudden we embargo Cuba, and no one can go to Cuba and realize that you're there. So I think Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, maybe Elvis, all these other famous ones that died, they're in Cuba. So the last one of them died, or maybe was comatose, and they're like, nah, he won't make it. So now there's no more famous people that we can go, oh, see, the conspiracy theories were right. They're right. They're still alive. So Obama said, okay, we'll open the borders up. Well, guess what? One of them came out of a coma, and they told Trump. Trump's like, oh, we got to get the embargo back. No more travel. So we can't go back again until that person kicks the bucket. Seriously.
Well, I mean,
Come on. If we're gonna run, if more than 3 people believe this, it's a conspiracy theory.
yeah, I don't believe that.
Say you're 1 for 3 right now.
Yeah, you're 1 for 3.
He does. He just does not want to admit it on air.
No.
Come on to the dark side. Come on to the dark side.
That would be like you believing that Hitler didn't actually die and he went to Argentina and lived until he was 90 something.
I know people who actually.
I think he did die. I don't think. I
know
think he
people like
did
that.
there.
Being one of them,
They're
I'm
also
sure,
flat
but-
Earth society people, and they're idiots too.
No,
Man,
the
I
Earth
wanna
is not
push them.
round. It's not flat. It's square.
So here's the thing:
I want to.
when your own society says that we have the flat Earth society has members all around
the world.
I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the scientist. It wasn't Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was another one. But he goes, "Read back your tweet really slowly." I love that. That was amazing. I cannot stand those people.
Like,
and now they're
you're-
saying that dinosaurs never existed.
What?
The same guy is saying that. We were watching that clip on the Joe Rogan podcast with a paleontologist, and they literally were playing.
He was livid.
He's the rock star paleontologist. He's a guy. He's got a big beard and wears hockey jerseys and stuff, and he's just all tatted out. And he's just like, Joe Rogan's like, I'm literally doing this just to fire you up. And they're watching this video of this guy, Eric.
He's like, it's not wrong. He's like, you're an idiot. And I'm just like, Jesus, dude, calm down.
Like he was red in the face. But like,
Really? It was that bad?
Well, the
oh
thing is,
god, because the guy was making all kinds of.
The guy is making all these accusations, all this, and the thing is that that's completely discrediting all of his work. And he's like, no, you're an idiot for believing that. First of all,
Well, the thing was, is the guy uses research and knowledge on a Wikipedia level to back his cases. So he knew the names of like the Bone Wars, like when dinosaurs first got discovered. These two paleontologists who were really going at it, and they were sabotaging each other's work and blah 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 blah. So he knew about that. But again, he uses a Wikipedia-based level of knowledge to back these theories. Like, well, how come nobody ever found dinosaurs before? Because we didn't know what they were. Why was there suddenly a boom when somebody found the first dinosaur? Because that's what happens. Guess what? We didn't know about the pharaohs and mummies either, but all of a sudden we found one, and suddenly there was a boom in Egyptian
and everyone
history.
started looking for it. They
You
go,
don't
we find
discredit.
one.
Go ahead and discredit Egypt.
I would love to play you the dinosaurs were not real. We
Yes, that's it.
Did you pull up?
All right,
Oh,
so
my God.
I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this, and Joe Rogan will come after me. But
No,
this
he's actually pretty cool.
No. We did honestly what we want to discuss. And using this as an example because this is a fantastic example.
And please excuse the language because Joe Rogan has no filter.
Nor does the paleontologist.
Nor does the paleontologist.
He loses his temper.
So
in a
when the
big
paleontologists come up here, I'll put him up. But yeah, I've got it
Oh
going.
my God! And you hear they play the audio because again they understand and Joe Rogan like they purposely don't play videos before more than like 5 seconds,
Right.
Because they understand too that YouTube likes to kick them off.
Yeah.
And they've been banned more times than anybody else in the history of YouTube.
We got banned
Yeah, I know.
on our first show.
We
had to go to copyright college.
school.
We had to go to
And it
podcaster
took
school.
48 hours to review our four
question
question
test.
multiple choice test.
I don't dumb.
Thank you, YouTube. Thank you.
Oh, here he is, right here.
TVTV at WeBeamTV.com.
So here's the guy.
Yes,
This guy's awesome.
That is the
Trevor
rockstar
Vail, that's his name.
paleontologist.
Trevor Vail is awesome, but they start listening to this instant. Now, Flat Earth Society guy Eric, I can't remember his name, Eric something, but that dude's he just gets so heated. We watched like half an hour of it, and he was just like he was ready to just punch somebody.
I was rolling the floor.
It was hilarious.
I was thoroughly enjoying that podcast specifically because it was
Oh,
so
God, it
funny.
was so
What a way
funny.
to spend my lunch break is listening to a
Yeah.
paleontologist tell a flat Earth society to go F themselves because they're an idiot. And
I'm
just
not
like,
typically one
Because
to,
they're an idiot.
He's
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
"An idiot, dude." He's like, that's all I can say. He's like,
He's like,
pray
oh,
you don't
come
breathe."
sit and debate with me. Come sit and debate with me. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't normally send people to other podcasts or other shows, but check
That
out the
would
Joe Rogan
specifically
Experience.
you should watch.
Specifically, that one is
If you
just
wanna have a
beyond
laugh.
amazing. Just beyond amazing.
Fight. Oh,
So what started this whole thing?
I immediately thought it was a grab action. Fight.
So what started?
No, it's too hard. Too
we
hard.
we're getting off the track again.
Oh yeah, your embargo thing. Yeah, like I said, I don't believe the conspiracy theory behind it.
Well, but you gotta say it's got some merit.
I would say that it has none, considering that
Has-
Republicans hate Cuba.
Has negative
And
one.
the Democrats saw a chance to do something new, and they went for it. And then the Republicans were like, nope, going back to hating Cuba.
No, I'm telling you, it's
Because guess what? As a businessman and a multi-billionaire businessman, as Donald Trump is, he can get his Cuban cigars no matter what. He always has, and he always will.
if
So,
Cuba was for sale,
he'll
Trump
probably
could buy it
it.
if he really wanted it.
Speaking of, Puerto Rico would like to be a state. They just voted 97% yes to go in for statehood.
Really?
So they're going to start their statehood problem. Here's the thing. I don't want it. Nothing against Puerto Rico, but 51 stars does not fit on a flag. So Dylan and I figured out we have to get 9 more states first.
Yeah, 9 more. So listen.
So,
okay,
you wanna
here's
hear
our
my
next
theory?
Topic.
Yes.
We'll go into Vince's next topic. So I'll give you a crash course, and I'll let him explain it. The crash course is: we save money. We don't build the wall between the U.S. and Mexico.
Yes.
We just take Mexico for ourselves.
Yes.
Divide it into 9 states, and then boom, and then we let Puerto Rico in. We're at 60 states now. It's a nice even number. We just add 10 stars. Good to go. Done.
It's perfect.
Job well done. Everyone can go home.
The Baja Peninsula goes to California.
Seriously, he's cultivating this idea of
Everybody-
we'll just take
wait.
over Mexico.
But
Who
doesn't
will care?
don't people always kind of come over to the border and we have illegal immigrants and this and that? That's a big issue. Why we're building the wall, right? Well, guess what? If Mexico is now America, they're already American citizens. They're legal.
Welcome to America, bitches.
Now they can't jump the border because there is no border. I have solved the problem.
You have solved the problem.
2 days. 1 day to pack the gear, 1 day to take it over. 2 days.
Implying that no other country in the world stops us or even
Who's
tries.
going to defend Mexico? South America hates Mexico.
Yeah, they built the wall
They
to keep
built
them
the
out.
wall.
It's kind of
already got one.
here. It's kind of funny, you know. Those guys are condemning us for our Trump for wanting to build a wall. Those freaking guys already built the
South
wall.
America actually hasn't said crap about it.
And
except
it's
for Brazil.
It is a badass wall. Have you seen that
Yeah.
wall? Holy,
Oh, yeah.
it makes the wall of China look like
Oh no,
sticks and
you
stones.
are not getting over or under this thing because
Nope.
it also goes down just as far as
Yep.
it goes up.
Yep.
That's where North Korea steps in. We will defend our Hispanic brothers and sisters.
You basically like, no, we surrender. We're good.
Mexico.
We're good.
No, I don't want.
No, we're good. They're not with us.
I'm not having
We're
it.
with you guys.
I'm not
That's-
having
we're
the
done.
crazy short
Yep.
man get upset and wipe my country out. No. It's a bad idea.
Because he defends you, he suddenly owns you.
Yeah,
and
really.
all of a sudden, your country at night is completely black except for one capital city. Just like North Korea. You look at South Korea and North Korea at night from space.
Little
It's the
light.
creepiest thing. South Korea is full of life and it's got lights and everything, and then you got North Korea, just this black mass with one dot of light in the middle of it from the capital where he lives.
That's his house. That's his house.
And it's not like it's a curfew where people are told they have to turn the lights off or they get in trouble if they don't. No, power is turned off.
Just
Yeah, your fridge goes off at night. You're not supposed to
Really?
open. Yeah, power is off.
So they just turn it off.
Yeah, entire country.
So sad. Go bye.
It's like, don't
See you in
open
the
your
morning.
fridge. Don't open your fridge.
communism.
Yeah,
Don't open your fridge. Stuff's go bad.
that sucks.
And
Well-
people wonder why America sticks their nose in this stuff. We're just like, guys,
Yeah.
we are
We're sticking our nose in it now.
That's right,
Sorry,
we are.
Mexico.
In a
TV
way.
at WeBeamTV.com.
we are technically trying to be humanists here. We don't think humans should live like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're trying to liberate people.
Yeah,
Hence
you
why we-
shouldn't live like that. We're going to put a wall up so you do.
Hence why we
I'm
stepped
telling
into
you,
South Korea.
the
and
money
with
it would
them-
cost to build that wall can go into 2 days of fighting to take it over, and then make them all American citizens, and then boom.
Either way, they get our welfare.
Exactly. They're already getting it.
Might as well
cut
make
it
it. Yeah, there you
And
go.
it's a win-win. We cut it up into 9 states.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico gets to be the 10th one. Now we're at 60. We're good to go.
So that means if we
that means their currency will go away, but
it ain't worth crap
economically,
now anyway.
the thing is economically now though is we have a large area for agriculture, or not agriculture, but
Yeah, I was gonna
tourism.
say, what are you gonna draw? We're gonna draw tequila.
But could you imagine? I mean, look at Cancun
There's a lot of
now.
alcoholics.
We
in
take
this
it
world.
over though. Cancun and everything else. That all of a sudden becomes from.
So how much
just
of the
Cancun.
forest do we get? I have to look at a map.
of the forest?
Well, yeah, you go down there and you find
Into
all the
southern
hidden
America.
gold cities.
Oh, you mean all the Aztec stuff?
Yeah.
That's
Would that
another thing. You know how much I would love to go down and see the ancient Aztec pyramids and the Mayan ruins and
no
stuff? That
Trump
would
will
be amazing.
Trump will turn it into a freaking
It'll be a tourist spot
Taco
where you'll
Bell.
be able to go.
Taco Bell.
get to the-
No, it'll be a
You
casino.
could literally cruise across. You could take a
Aztec
cruise.
temple. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
We could literally take a cruise
Shuttles.
Without-
Shuttles.
without a passport from Tampa across the Gulf of Mexico to Cozumel or Cancun or whatever, and just go.
Well, those
You don't
guys
have to
get
have
ready
a
to get hit with a
passport?
hurricane.
Yeah, well, it's a very minor tropical
Tropical
storm.
storm.
There we go. We get to help Mexico through hurricane season, revitalize some of its poor cities. It's a win-win for everybody. We get the tourism money. They get, rebuilding money. We turn them into a successful country.
We can clean
Under
their water?
America, they, there we go.
Clone their
Okay.
water.
Clean it.
Well, we should
Oh, well,
probably focus
yeah.
on cleaning Michigan's first. I'm not gonna
I was
lie.
gonna say, let's.
Flint.
You
needs
ever,
to
you ever
learn.
heard the old thing? Take care of your backyard before you take the rest of the world.
They,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah, theirs is pretty. Yeah.
they have like orange high C, and it ain't orange flavored.
Nope.
Oh, I feel bad for them, man.
I do.
Okay, so
For
I
about
have
that long.
I have an interesting story here.
All right.
Michelle Carter.
I was going to be eating lunch, but I forgot it.
Yeah, I ate mine already.
Moron.
So Michelle Carter, I'm trying to see what her age is.
She ran out of time.
20. She was finally found guilty
Oh, of egging her boyfriend on.
of involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, man.
For
Absolutely.
using text messages and phone calls to encourage her boyfriend Conrad Roy to commit suicide. So, do you believe that's involuntary manslaughter?
I think it's second-degree murder.
Yeah, I believe the sentences she gets is accurate. Yeah, telling someone to kill themselves and then egging them on and constantly pushing them to kill themselves, and then if they do, congratulations, you just assisted in their death.
All right, let me play devil's advocate then, because I actually agree that she should go to jail.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say that first. But let's play devil's advocate here. Isn't that her freedom of speech?
Nope.
I can say whatever I want.
You can say anything you want until it incites riot or does harm. I think that's
you can, because the thing is,
well, then
is-
why are
is-
cyberbullies getting away with it?
they're not? The thing is,
they're not. They're going after them
They
now.
say, and the thing is,
good, I hope so.
a lot of them hide themselves behind the screen because that's the idea of cyberbullying. Is you can't, if a bully actually gets caught bullying, there are severe reprimandations. The problem is catching a bully in the act is a pain in the ass. To try and find someone when he's bullying them and then reprimanding them is a pain, because they're always going to sit here and go, no. And then it's my word against his word, and we can't take reputation or anything. It's a 50-50. And it sucks because the kid could physically show, oh yeah, look, he punched me in the arm, I have a bruise now. Kid can go, he fell and hit his arm. You can't tell him he's wrong because you have zero proof that his fist made contact with that kid's arm or whatever he hit him with.
But she should go to jail. I think it's second degree. I think it's second degree murder.
That she pushed. That was her, and that she pushed.
Because
him.
if you go in to kill somebody and you take someone with you,
They're
you're
an
first
accessory.
degree.
Yeah.
That's second degree.
Well, they're accessory. If they didn't do anything, it's just accessory to murder.
but she did something though. She went
Well,
beyond.
it's like they're saying they outlined the steps she took and the ones she did not take. It's basically saying that she knew he was going to do it and didn't call anybody.
right.
So I was
She's a
trying to read
piece of
more about
crap.
it. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean,
She has a weird looking head too.
She's very alien looking.
And she doesn't look an alien, does she? She has a
Yeah.
big bulbous.
Giant
I,
boy.
li- I,
I mean,
like
she's-
I like where she swings. Once we figure out whether we feel the person's guilty or not, we then insult them.
Yes.
It's like
We're
not
actually
only-
bullying her.
We're literally
Sack of shit.
adding insult to injury. It's
But
like
we would
you're
never.
going to jail.
But we would never.
There's the swear
ugly.
jar.
Oh, dang it! Oh,
Somebody's gonna put $1 in the swear jar.
yeah, it's in there.
I do enjoy.
She called no one, and finally, she did not issue a simple additional instruction: get out of the truck. So she knew he was in the truck, in the garage, where he was doing this.
So not only was she tweeting, but she was on the premises.
No, I didn't say. It doesn't say anything about her being necessarily on the premises, but she also didn't tell him to get out of the truck. Is what I'm saying. No, he was in the process of killing himself. Carbon monoxide poisoning takes a while.
How do you know?
Because I've read a lot about it, actually. Because
You've done research,
I
haven't you?
attempted to do it in high school.
Oh,
I was going to try and do it in high
sorry,
school.
guys.
No, it's okay. I mean, and I had no problem talking about it because I'm a big advocate against suicide.
I love you, man.
I love you too. But
I love you.
and
I'm here for you,
I
man.
talk about-
you need me to come up and give you a hug?
No, I'm okay. That would actually make me want to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I thought that
There
was
were-
the kisses you told me to
There were-
stop with.
No, that's okay. There were I had 3 attempts. I tried
Okay.
on myself. One was I tried to hang myself from my tree in my backyard. The tree limb broke when I jumped down because I had to climb like 30 feet in the air, and it was an old tree. So by the time I jumped down, my weight
Was this like last year?
No. Believe it or not, I was only 110 pounds, and somehow my weight still.
Dude,
did it. But I
that's
also
a-
went way out on
That was a
branch.
weak ass tree.
Yeah, it was old and dead.
Not a
Okay.
very tall tree, was it?
It was like I said, 30 feet.
To
a
him,
lot of
30
rope.
feet. For us, that would be like 5.
So the second time,
Here he is talking
Yeah.
about. I was trying to kill himself. We're sitting here making fun of him.
it's awful, but whatever. Number
You
4
want me to be your
tonight.
psychotherapist?
No.
Don't
another
jump
time-
off your chair.
Another time would be I tried to take a whole bunch of pills, and my dog actually
Oh, man.
knocked them all on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I had them on a little TV tray, and I was getting ready to just pop them all and drink a beer, and dog knocked them on the tray, off the tray, and knocked them all on the floor, and then I had to stop him from eating them, and it's like, I just picked them up and threw them away. And then another time I was going to do it was through the garage, you know.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay. It was one of those times that it's one of those things that teenagers don't deal with things properly, and
Right.
that's what I was doing, which is why I'm a big advocate for helping people through that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And at the time, she had every opportunity during
Now,
this
see, I'd buy you
process-
the bullet.
Wow.
Well, that's what she did, basically.
Basically, she did.
By not telling him to get out of the truck, by telling him, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, We Beam TV, Nerd Talk TV.
Yeah, is that the claim? Oh, I gotta make that-
Comic Book 101.
We have to make that
disclaimer.
disclaimer.
I haven't made. We have to put that
at
on
the
the
beginning and the end and right here.
Bottom line is, she should go to jail. Now, okay,
Yes.
now, since I'm glad you brought this up. So, there was another thing on Facebook that I saw, but I had to jump in this immediately.
Oh, wait, hold on, real quick. So she's facing.
She had a
20
rough
years.
life, right?
Yeah, she's facing
she
up
was
20
she
years.
was taking
I
advantage
think the
of
judge
it as a
may show
kid.
her leniency, giving her mental health issues and medications.
Sure, you
Yeah.
get solitary confinement. Enjoy. 20 years, 20 years.
You get 20 years in a mental institution. How about that?
No, that's easy.
It
That's
is.
that's cupcake shit. No way. She should go hard
What, being
time.
force-fed drugs every day and tied to a bed and then told to lay there all day?
She gets to
No,
watch
no.
TV in her drooling state. No.
Go ahead, be a drooling state. Go let them be brain
They're
dead.
not gonna. They're gonna. She's in a. Even though she was a juvenile at the time of the case, she will go to adult prison.
Good. She needs to. That's
But
the same way
August
with
3rd is the actual sentencing day.
Oh, I'm gonna be watching that one. I'm gonna be egging it on. That's right. That's right. I mean, that's what it is. But here's another one too. All these girls that
Oh, God,
are
the family's gonna sue her too.
pulling this false rape accusations. Like there's one going on right now where they finally got proved that the guy didn't do it, and
Yeah.
she's done this with several, she should go to jail for what they would have went to jail
There is
for.
actually a charge now. There's a charge for that.
Yep.
There's an actual charge for that. In fact,
I can
Jameis
pull
Winston,
it
the
up,
quarterback
actually,
for the quarterback for the Buccaneers, went through this at FSU. The girl tried to get him for rape, and it turned out at the end of the day that it was a false rape accusation,
Right.
just because he basically denied her. And here's the star quarterback at FSU telling you that he doesn't want you, so she flipped it on him and did that. Well, she's in jail, or going to jail. So
So here's the thing. She should go, and it should be this. Now, I'm confused. When someone passes away, let them go. Don't bring up crap that could potentially be anything. And the reason I'm saying this is we're talking about Carrie
I was going
Fisher.
to say, we're bringing up Carrie Fisher, aren't you?
The autopsy reveals cocaine, heroin, and ecstasy. Now, that doesn't say that's what it contributed to her death.
It does if you read further on. I read the whole article.
Oh, does it? So, but who cares?
Well,
Who cares?
I
It doesn't matter. It literally does not
I think
matter.
the article was released because the daughter wanted it released in the sense of she battled her demons to the very end. She's going to use this as for all you fans that are fans of hers.
Don't
not
do
drugs.
this.
I think it's what she's going to use.
As long as it goes that way, that's
Yeah.
great. But if it doesn't,
her
and this
daughter,
gets,
from what I understand, that's
this
what she's
turns out to be
doing. It's basher kind of thing.
a basher,
Yeah.
I am going to be the first
Yeah, I
person to
don't-
take up for Carrie Fisher because
Her death was from sleep apnea and undetermined other reasons. Now the sleep apnea comes from the drug use and the heart issues because of all the drug use.
Granted.
But again, her daughter's using this as a platform to advocate say no to drugs kind of thing.
Right.
So I can
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I
Had it just been one of those things, hey, let's just bash Carrie White Fisher. It's like, nah.
depending on the person, bashing the dead is just not cool, man.
So what time do we start?
3:58.
We have 20 minutes.
So we got about
Actually,
20
we have
minutes.
18 minutes.
So
Oh, no, we have 16 minutes.
what a great! Here's a good one. It's just get off the morbid stuff. Superman has a hard time cutting his hair.
Well, yeah, he gets.
So how do you think he does it?
Me and Vince actually already know the answer to this because we had this discussion like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, you know, you can there's two ways of doing it, actually. You
Okay.
can use kryptonite lace scissors, which he's done before, or he uses it on heat vision in a diamond mirror.
Or Superdog and Supergirl can come over and shave him real quick with their heat vision.
That's awkward. I don't want my cousin cutting my hair. I definitely don't want the dog doing it.
Hey, Crypto, do me a favor. Laser me right in the not the eye. That was say not look at laser directly in the eye.
Yeah, I found this on Twitter Moments. I liked it. And
Oh.
did you know that Wonder Woman and Conan will unite in a comic crossover?
Oh, that's
On the
interesting. Oh, apparently Supergirl might be in the next Man of Steel movie
Really? Wonder who's going to play Supergirl.
to lead up to a kind of a crossover between Wonder Woman and her, like a buddy chick flick, Thelma and Louise kind of thing.
Uh-huh. I can see where that goes.
There was also
Pervert.
all right.
I'm
Where was
looking
this
at,
at?
I'm looking at E3 information.
Toddler pulls loaded gun out of toy box during police welfare check.
Oh my God.
I don't even need to read it any further. I just think it's funny.
Parent of the year, right there.
Yeah, let's make that guy famous.
No, it was a woman.
Oh God. Well, I say guy as in person, not as a
Yeah.
male or female.
Fine. Now I have a specific mother of the year. Here we go.
Mother of the year. Give your kid, hide your gun in a toy box.
She
What
figured,
the hell were you thinking, moron?
Well, I guess she was thinking.
It's never a toy box. It's under his freaking pillow.
Well, the cops wouldn't look at a kid's toy box. Well, now they're going to check every kid's toy box now.
Oh, yep.
But so
There
you
goes-
ruined it for everyone else.
Sorry.
Well, not you, her, but
Actually, on Facebook, I saw this really cool. Well, you get me a bunny trail now. On Facebook, this really cool drawer that pulls
Oh,
out.
yeah, I saw
the
that.
drawer's empty, but you go in and you turn the knob one way or another, and
there's
just
a
the
hidden drawer
bottom
underneath,
part comes
yeah.
out, and it's your firearm. That's freaking awesome.
yeah.
That is very, very cool. So, Beyonce had her kids. Who gives a crap?
All right. If we don't have another solid topic, can I
Go
bring
ahead.
something up real quick?
Yes.
Please do, because I'm looking for
this
one
would
and I
be-
can't
this
find
You
it.
want to talk about Beyonce's twins?
No, actually, I really don't care about a lot of stars. But I do care about is the gaming industry, as you all know, as I stream and whatnot. Here recently, we had E3. the largest video game conference of the year. They come out and announce a ton of different games, new platforms. You know, Nintendo stole the show this year, dropping 2 Metroid games and a bunch of other crossovers with other third-party developers, just fantastic, such as Bethesda, Capcom. I'm at a loss for the Dark Souls community, but
Oh God.
point being though, something that I really don't think should be okay, and this is kind of blowing up in the video game world, it's blowing up Mr. Todd Howard's face, is Bethesda. Not only are they not releasing any new content, like, at all, they're now going to start charging for mods.
What? For mods?
Now, mods are modifications to
Even I know that's not
I
cool.
was like, it's a modification for a game made by the fans. The fans can, if they're good enough at the design and rewriting the code, they're added in, and then you add them at your own risk and the possibility of corrupting your own file, which you then delete everything and just re-download it.
So are they gonna double check the mods to make sure they won't break nothing?
Yes,
Like mine
but
is right now?
Here's
What
the
did you download?
Now I have a mod on my Fallout 4 and it won't let me upgrade any more perks.
here's the problem.
I'm
with
at
that,
like
though,
level 180.
is they're like, oh, now we're doing the content creator lab, which means modding the game is now it's going to be a pain in the ass to get into the files unless you are one of the content creators. But in that same sense, is they are going to sell your mods that you've made to make them money.
Because I know right now you can buy mods, but that money goes to the creator for the ones that are really, it doesn't go to Bethesda.
It's that's my problem is
Because there's certain mods you can pay money for, and then that money goes to the creator. So Bethesda charging it. Now it depends if they're going to be helping them do the mods. But
they're not, and that's the thing. It's just they're going to be taking a lot. And the thing is, as I'm going down message boards right now, people are just like, no. Valve has made a large. They are part of the developers for Steam, which is the platform that a lot of the PC players play on. Is having major backlash at the moment, to the point where they're refunding people for games such as Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim. They're giving people their money back.
Well, they should.
And this isn't Bethesda giving their money back. It's Steam, but Steam is basically saying, they're like, you don't deserve this. This is dumb. This is ruining you guys. We're just gonna give you guys your money back. This because you don't deserve to have to go through this. The thing is the way mods used to be back in the days, in single player games especially, if you were gonna mod something, do so at your own risk. It could make the game more fun. It could also ruin the game and break it. But it was something that it was just something free and fun for people to download to add something more to a game that they've already beaten 7 times over.
Okay.
I'm a little annoyed with the fact that here it is, the Creators Club from E3 by Bethesda is becoming a thing. It's
Of course it is.
you can't sell mods to people. You can't. You should. You can, but you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Well, like I said, the guys there, like I said, you can buy. There are certain mods you can buy, but these are like super impressive mods where it changes everything. Like it'll actually change the setting.
Yeah, but you run the risk of messing your machine up.
And that money doesn't go to Bethesda; it goes to the creator of that mod, because what he's done is rewritten the entire game, and you're spending like $10. Like one of them turns Fallout 4 into a complete horror.
Maybe it should be more of a donation.
That's basically what it is.
Play it. If you like it, you donate.
It's supposed to be
Play it. It dumps your
donation-based.
machine. You didn't lose any money.
Yeah, I think it's more donation based, but
Like yours.
yeah. Well, it's not like it's the only thing is it's not letting me upgrade my perks anymore. But I bet if I turn them all off, I'll be fine.
And that's the thing about mods is you can go and just delete a mod, and the game won't freak
Tell
out.
us what you think. TVT at WeBeamTV.com.
Okay.
Say we're
TVTV.
rapidly running out of time here.
Yeah, real
Okay.
quickly. Wonder Woman helps create diversity for future superhero flicks. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Nay.
Okay. Yeah, you know
You're
why?
okay about that. You guys debate that. That's the point of this show. Don't go yay, nay, okay.
Okay, why nay?
No.
Why I
Debate
say
it
not
right
because-
now.
The movie was rushed in production, and thank God they got the right director in getting it done. But DC didn't rush it for any other reason than to be the first one with a woman-led movie out.
Yeah, and everybody kept dogging on it. Like, oh,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not going
it
to do any good. Blah, blah, blah. And it's broke records worldwide.
But
Even though I'm still not 100% sold on Gal. I like her.
I like her too.
I'm warming up to her, but you know my
Like I
feelings
said,
about that.
I had some issues with the film, but it's a decent film. I don't think it's the greatest. Like everybody, it's the greatest superhero movie of all time.
No. I think it just did good because
I know it
of
did good. I thought
what
it
it was
well.
for.
I think that like I said, the one main thing would have changed: take out some of the Themyscira part, more about her being out of her realm and learning about the man's world, and then not waste a character like Ares. He was wasted, I feel, because he was not in it long enough.
Well, you can always go back and do a just something on him.
I would love to, because that's an amazing character, and it was played by an amazing actor.
I think they
Professor
rushed.
Lupin.
I think they
What?
rushed her growing up.
I actually don't. I don't, because there's really, even in the comics, they never really go into that very much. Even in her whole origin story, they just kind of,
Because isn't
It's
she
just-
something like 2,000 years old?
yeah. It's
So when
it's
she
even
was
older.
a
It's
kid,
like
so when
5,000.
when we first introduced her to when we saw her as the young
Yeah.
Diana,
She
well,
was
they
at the
were
dawn of
they
man.
were Christ was walking Earth.
Yeah, it was Dawn of Man. It was long before that. Dawn of Man. Because
They didn't say that.
No, they said the Themysciras predate man.
I understand that, but they didn't make that clear in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's
You
one of
know,
those things that,
literally,
like,
people that I've talked to went, "Oh, she grew up, and then she got." So people are like, "Oh, wow!" So it was like the Civil War when she was a kid. No, it was
no,
Christ
it
was
a long
walking
time.
the earth.
They probably could have done a little bit better as far as that, but all that would take literally is Themyscira such and such BC. Like they could have done it with one moment.
So does Jesus exist in this realm?
I don't know.
He's an early superhero. Early son of Krypton.
He could have been a superhero. First ever.
Think about
But
think
because-
about that because you know
Man,
I know
we're
that-
talking
I know that
Zeus and
you talk about Captain America and you talk about Steve Trevor from I'll take both Steves from the movies played by two Chris's. They both believe in God and Jesus, so the religion is there. So it
makes you
sense.
think, doesn't it?
I would absolutely
But-
watch that.
Yeah, the very first Avenger.
I would say, yeah, the
Jesus, the very-
dawn of the hero.
But here's
And
the thing.
it's a boy running through a town. And it's oh god, it'd be great.
I want to bring this back
I would
up. I
watch
don't
that.
believe that she is the one creating diversity. Marvel had already had plans to do their Captain Marvel movie back when Iron Man 1 came out. So they were already planning a female lead. Once Black Widow took off, they're like, we'll figure out a way to get her into her own movie. But that came down to rights as well as other stuff, not just the
Right.
fact, oh, she's a woman, she'll never sell. It has nothing to do with that. And a lot of times female leads haven't done well in shows and movies simply from a toy-based perspective. Because girls don't buy action figures as much as the boys do, and boys don't want to play with girl action figures. It's not a matter of sexism. It's not a matter of anything. They can do whatever they want. I got it.
So that
But-
actually, that actually is just that's statistics. That's not.
yeah, it's just statistics. It's
That's
not a sexist thing.
You know, him being sexist.
Just
and saying,
statistically.
oh yeah, girls.
I
don't
know
like-"
plenty of girls that are exceptions to the rule. I know
So,
plenty of
yeah.
boys that are exceptions to the rule.
And a lot of
whatever,
people don't know that
but
you know a lot of these hero movies are based off of how many
just-
toys
yeah.
get sold.
It's just it's literally how it is. April
Toys and
O'Neil.
merchandise at this point
I'll
now.
bring up a great example. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were completely altered from the comic book to the show for toy reasons, including April O'Neil, who went from a straight-laced, glasses-wearing, button-up scientist to a slight bubbly,
Fox.
a low-cut
Fox. She was a
news
fox.
reporter.
She was a she was a
She
fox.
became a sex symbol for all intents and purposes.
and they used
So.
Miss Fox.
Well, I'm talking. I'm going back in the 80s.
Oh, back in the
cartoon.
the orange redheaded.
Yeah, the
April
redheaded
O'Neil.
with the
Yes.
yellow jumpsuit.
Yep.
That came down way too low for a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, and then the final movie came out with
Yeah,
Fox in it.
yeah.
So
So
I don't know. It just
I don't think that it's going to help create diversity. I think diversity is going to be there, and you just need to have it.
I think they're going to come out with way more. Well, there's way more women out there than you think than when it comes to the superheroes.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they don't have to have their own movies either. That's the thing. Like Wonder Woman, I get getting her own movie. I don't necessarily see a sequel because even in the comic book, she's always just been that character. It's just like stories on her own. They just don't seem to hold up.
Yeah, no. I don't think she needs a. I don't think she needs more solo films. I think
A nice establishment film is great.
Yeah, and I personally think that each of our Justice League heroes that we have that are being introduced need a small startup film, and then we can enter them into the Justice League. For
Yeah,
example,
and that's all Wonder Woman was, a small startup film.
Well, they've already got a sequel plan now. And here's the thing:
I think
is
it's
that
pushing it.
because they're looking at Marvel, and Marvel's made trilogies out of each character, but that's because Marvel didn't introduce them, because they're introducing the Justice League through Batman vs Superman. Like they're doing it in a weird way. So
Yeah.
now you only have the ability to do these solo films.
I would say the solo
Marvel
films and the
did it
Avengers,
right.
I would say Marvel did it well. You know, they all had their trilogies first, and then they clashed, and then it's
Yeah.
like now. On that same bit, playing Devil Advocate again, I do think that Marvel could have stopped the trilogies after the Avengers films. I don't think that everyone could have kept going and getting their own solo films between the Avengers film. I don't think that was really necessary. For example, with the Avengers films, there was another Iron Man that came out. I'm like, that's not. You didn't need to do that. It was cool. It was a good one. It worked. But I'm saying that was a risky move. You didn't need to add another movie to that.
Well, the reason I say that it's okay that they did that is because of this. Marvel uses every film to lay the groundwork for the next film. And they laid the groundwork of him having PTSD and dealing with the fact of what he just went through. Because are we not going to realize the fact that just a giant hole opened up in space and we never thought we thought we were alone in the universe, and now I had to deal with the fact I just stuck a nuke through it.
Well,
and
we knew we
everything
weren't
has
alone.
changed. All of a sudden, boom! Holy crap!
We knew we weren't alone in the universe.
Thor came to Earth.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm saying all this happened, but it all happened at once.
Superman came to Earth.
Well, that's a different.
I know.
So I get Iron Man 3. I also get Civil War. I get Thor 3. I get all these films.
Civil War fine, and I feel that the the new Thor, not once again, not necessary. Is it
I
cool?
work with him. No, I'm just kidding.
It's silly, but
It's actually
dumb.
very
It makes you
necessary.
laugh,
When you find
though.
out the story behind that movie, it's actually
But
very
I would
necessary
say
before
this
Infinity
is-
War.
because this is what's going on during
Yeah.
other events. That's fine. That's the reason why I'm really okay with that. But I do absolutely think that there doesn't need to be another Captain America movie. There's no like
There probably won't be. Not
say-
before they recast it.
yep.
I don't
There's
think
no
there should be another Captain. I don't think there should be another Spider-Man. I don't think there should be
No,
another
no.
Thor. I don't think there should be.
Spider-Man's not an Avenger yet, and that's where I think he is allowed to have his own separation.
And
'cause
we got
he's
like
not
2
an
minutes
Avenger.
left, but
I know.
Venom has been confirmed now to be part of the MCU.
That we need.
And Kevin Feige is not happy about it. He was trying to keep it secret, and Amy Pascal sitting right next to him just goes, "Oh yeah, he'll be part of it." The look on his face,
It's like,
it's replacing the sad Affleck. 'Cause it's like, really? Well, I literally just gave out a we don't know for sure, probably not thing
And you
to push
undid it
people
all.
away, and you just killed what I did. Do you understand how we work like this?
I know.
So, but I think Spider-Man movies are going to be great. I think it's all
love
going to
Tom
be great.
Holland.
He's fantastic.
Really super good
Fantastic.
Spider-Man.
Okay, we got to go. We
So we got 1 minute.
No, we need to go because I have to put disclaimers up.
Oh, that's right. So everybody, hey, if you got any
This show
questions,
requires
okay, it was. So let me make sure I get this off. So I am Boss Tech.
Yes.
He is Cytokins.
Yes.
He is Super Beard.
Hi, everybody.
And if you've got questions for us, TV, that's Technical Victor at webeamtv.com.
Tango Victor.
Tango Victor, Tango. And we'll see you next week. And I got to bring my lunch next week because I am starving.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
Warning, the views and opinions expressed by the hosts of Twisted Views do not necessarily reflect those of WeBeam TV, Area 52 Media Group, or Tampa Bay Multimedia. Simply put, these guys can be jerks sometimes.